6:30, I'll call to order this regular meeting of the West Valley City Council here at 6:30 on Tuesday, June the 23rd. By way of roll call, we'll note that all members of the council are present with the exception of Mayor Ron Bigelow, who's asked to be excused from tonight's proceeding. We also welcome with us on the dais, as usual, our city manager and chief executive, Mr. Wayne Pyle, as well as the pleasure of having Deputy City Recorder, Ms. Carol Hicks, with us, and it's been too long, and grateful for the work she does for this body, and grateful to have her with us tonight. Item 3 on our agenda is the time we take for an opening ceremony, and we take turns as council members to set the tone for the meeting, and tonight that responsibility falls on District 2 council member, Mr. Steve Bueller, and so we'll turn the time over to him.
Thank you, Mr. Rushton. We have in our city for some years we have not had any elected Miss West Valley or royalty that represents our city as an ambassador of goodwill at our city activities and functions and in our relationships with other cities. And so we have tonight some unofficial, for the day, West Valley City royalty, just to show how nice it is to have such positions filled and how nice it would be to continue in the future. We didn't have to have a pageant, and we didn't have to spend any money. The tiaras were like $3 a piece. And you know, I would like to see us have these good ambassadors. So I have these 3 unofficial representatives of our city. I'd like them to each come and introduce themselves, say something about our city, and then one of them would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead. You know, just speak into the mic.
Okay. My name is Madeline Bueller. I will be a senior at Granger next year, and I just want to say that I love this city, especially all the opportunities I have to see the entertainment with it, with the Maverick Center in USANA, and I am proud to be here tonight representing my city. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Isa Higley. I'll be a senior in Granger High School next year. And one thing I love about West Valley City is all the opportunities to be able to spend time with my family, whether it is Food Check Thursdays or shopping with my mother at the Lifer Mall. Thank you.
I am Gillian Rozier, and I'll also be a senior at Granger next year. One of the things I love about West Valley is all the diversity and the chance that we have to learn about other cultures in our city. Thank you.
And now I ask that you all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, and because you did such a nice job, you don't have to stay for the whole meeting, although you're welcome to. I do have some tickets for each of you to the Move Live tour coming to the Maverick Center with Derek Huff and maybe his sister. So if you'd like to come pick those up. And we hope to see you or your kind at more events, at least on my part. I do thank you.
Good, thank you, Councilmember Bueller, for surprising this body with such a bold opening ceremony. But thank you, ladies, for being here, and the words that you spoken of loving West Valley, I think ring true to many quarters of our city. So thank you for representing us well, officially and unofficially. Let's move to item 5 on our agenda. As we pass with no special recognitions, we go to item 5, and we have June 9th's regular meeting minutes before the council, and it's now time to discuss those and ultimately approve those. So, council members.
Move for approval of the June 9th, 2015 regular meeting minutes.
Second. Okay, we have a motion before the body to approve the June 9th, 2015 regular meeting minutes as presented. All those in favor of approval, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those minutes are approved unanimously. We'll now go to a very special award proclamation that we have tonight, and we'll also turn our attention back to Councilmember Bueller to proclaim July 1st to July 7th as Independence Week on behalf of the City Council. Councilmember.
Thank you, Matt. A proclamation declaring July 1st through July 7th, 2015 as Independence Week. That's INDEPENDENTS, Independence Week in West Valley City. Whereas Independence Week provides a time to celebrate the independence of the members of the community of West Valley City and the entrepreneurial spirit represented by our core of local independent businesses. And whereas the individual decisions every community member makes today affect the future of West Valley City. And whereas the West Valley City's local independent businesses help preserve the uniqueness of the community and give us a sense of place. And whereas West Valley City's core of independently owned businesses give back to this community in goods, services, time, and talent. And whereas the health of West Valley City's economy depends on our support of businesses owned by our friends and neighbors. And whereas West Valley City's independent business owners and employees enrich community members' shopping experiences with their knowledge and passion. And whereas we declare Independence Week 2015, we acknowledge that the ability to choose the direction of West Valley City lies within each of us. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of West Valley City, Utah, do hereby proclaim the week of July 1st through July 7th, 2015 as Independence Week and salute our community members and locally owned independent businesses who are integral to the unique flavor of West Valley City and honor their efforts to make West Valley City the place we want to live and work. And as an independent business owner in this city, 18 years ago I located my business here and have been working here, and most of my clientele comes from West Valley City. Very happy to be able to read this proclamation today.
Thank you for doing that for us, Council Member. We'll now turn to item 7 on our agenda, following which is our comment period, time we set aside a half hour to hear comments from the public on any item of their choosing. We do limit it to 5 minutes per speaker, and we've had a sign-up sheet in the back and had Mr. Larry Wood. So we invite you to come up to the microphone, and the time will be yours to address City Council, and we'll be all ears.
Yes, I grew up until 5 years old, right over where Olive Garden was. So I'm an old-time resident. I'm almost 80 years old, but I have a life longevity in my family. But anyway, this concerned a piece of property that I bought about 2.5 years ago. It's located at 7079 South, 3600 West. I purchased it with the thinking that I would build an estate there. I always want something different. And some people that are on the board probably know that I'm different. So I won Home Grounds Beautifications. I won a National Home Grounds Beautification Award. And my problem is, I received this courtesy notice, and before I start, there's briar thistle, if you know what that is. White top is terrible to get out. Morning glory. And sandburrs all around me. I've been spraying them. I got tired of spraying them. I've been robbed many times. I've had a trailer stolen right out of my backyard. Thursday I had somebody steal some things from the lot. I bought a new air compressor, a gas one, because I have no power there. It'll cost me between $50,000 and $70,000 to bring water and power and sewer and gas into there. I can't afford that now. I've got us, when we sell my mother's property, then I'll have the money. But I'm doing what I can. I bought the cement for 2 years ago, 360 bags of Duracrete or whatever you call it, to put along the base of a fence, because I didn't want stuff blown in. I wanted a solid fence. Well, I found out I'm one of these that go by the old rule. I guess I don't call and ask if I can do this or do that, but I start putting up a metal fence out in front, which I like better, and it's just a temporary fence, because behind there is boulders 2 feet tall, some of them are 3 feet long, that I'm going to build a stone wall. If anybody has been by my place at 3994 South, during the Christmas holidays, I used to decorate. I won awards for that. When they started decorating Temple Square, they came out to see how I did it, wrapped the trees. And so I've always wanted things nice. So then I get this, I hauled This lot was all rat infested, snake infested, mice infested, and the people around there have told me how nice it looks now that there's no weeds or anything there. So anyway, I hauled 23 loads of junk to the dump. I had a fellow come and see me, and he says that I have to have a business license are required for businesses operated from a home, including residential properties. And it appears as though you are operating a business from the location. Please, deceased, immediately get the proper permits and planning from the zoning division. I'm not running a business. I asked him if I could put a tool shed there or build something. I would have liked to build a big garage. I have quite a few exotic cars, old timers, 34 Ford, 37 Ford, 36 Ford, 75 truck, and a 47 Chevy sedan delivery. I want a nice place that can be air conditioning, temperature controlled, but I have to do what I have to do with the money I got. I can't go afford to have ready mix. I have to do it myself. So anyway, I'm not running a business. I would like you to know that. I don't have a container on there. The first day a year and a half ago, I bought a container 40 feet long. I thought I could put my tractor. I had a little Kubota. It's over there. I brought it home in the winter time, but I have to leave it over there because I don't want to run back and forth 2 blocks away every morning because I need something else. So anyway, that Kubota is what I pick up the cement and haul it over to where I'm going to work so I don't have to carry it. And I haul them big rocks that are that big around to the fence, but I have to quit working at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm allergic to the sun. So anyway, I had to cut down trees and sheds. And this is what this lady said. I have spoken to them before. I received a complaint from a neighbor wondering what in the heck is going on there. I have one neighbor that before I bought the ground, I went and said, I might be buying this piece of ground. And she said, get out of here, don't come back. Well, she's got 5 feet of my property. So I've never pushed it, but I don't know if it's her because all the rest have said how nice it is.
Mr. Wood, you have about 30 seconds to sum up.
Oh boy. Basically, there's a vacant lot with that dwelling. We have had issues with him before, but it looks fairly clean right now. I spoke with them last year about this too because they had filled their own lot with junk on Kiwanee. They don't like the fence, so I bought a gas air compressor yesterday morning. I've been waiting for it to come on sale. It was an open container, so I was able to get it for half price. I loaded it up, went to Home Depot to get the wooden slats that they say they need to put on the fence, and I'll be darned to come out and it's gone, out of the trailer. So I called the cops, and anyway, that's another problem. So, thanks for your time. I have these noxious weeds here if some of you don't know what they are. I kept them in a sack. Well, thank you. I don't want things, I want to comply, but I need some help. I need something, I would like to have something over there that I could work in. I asked them if I could have a gazebo to shade myself so I could work during the day on little things. But no, I can't have nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wood, for coming and telling us what's going on in your neighborhood. Is there anyone else that's come to speak tonight and utilize our public comment period? Okay, if not, we'll move past the public comments and see if there's any comments tonight from our city manager.
No, sir, I don't have any comments.
Okay. Any comments from any member of the city council? Mr. Bueller.
Just want to clarify, Mr. Wood, the property you're speaking of is 4179.
No, it's 4079.
4079. 4079 South, 3600 West.
Oh, I don't know if anybody went by there in the spring, but West Valley came and took pictures in my front yard. I had over 7,000 tulips and daffodils out there, and they took pictures and put them on Facebook.
Thank you for that clarification. Any other comments by any member of City Council? Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to our business items tonight, which the first thing we have is it's item 8A on our agenda. It is a public hearing regarding application Z1-2015, and then there's an ordinance associated with that. So we'll turn the time over to our city manager to introduce this public hearing and then see who wants to speak on it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, so let me just do a very quick summary before the public hearing is open. This is a property that West Valley City, or actually the redevelopment agency, actually owns 11 parcels comprising 3.5 acres, and the city is looking for, or has made application to make a zone change from C2 and R4 to 8.5. There are both residential and general commercial zones here that are involved, and make that change to the city center or CC zone. This would allow us to further or at least pave the way for us to further the progress of the development work that we've done over at the Fairborn Station area.
Okay, thank you for that introduction. Has anyone come to speak regarding this application or ordinance, the action, which will be our ordinance 15-21 tonight? Okay, seeing none, I will close the public hearing, and this matter now is before the City Council to discuss this potential zone change in addition to our City Center project. Council.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move for approval of ordinance 15-21.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion before the body to approve ordinance 1521, amending our zoning map for property in our City Center zone from C2 general commercial and residential fourplex to City Center zone. Any discussion to that motion? Seeing none, we'll call the question and ask all those in favor of the zone change, please say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? Ordinance is passed unanimously of those that are present, and we'll now move to our resolutions. 9A, which is resolution 15-107, approve agreement with Select Health. Mr. Pyle, do you want to give us an introduction to that?
Thank you, sir. This is a fairly routine or annual contract renewal that we do. Select Health provides the city's health insurance. We'd like to renew that contract for the new year. We are seeing an 8% increase for the overall price of that this year.
Okay. Thank you, and we had a good discussion and presentation on this last week in our study meeting, as well as all the items tonight. So, Council, do you have need of any further information or action would be in order now?
No. Mayor Pro Tem, I move for approval of resolution 15-107.
Second. Okay, we have a live motion before the body to approve resolution 15-107, approving our agreement with Select Health to provide insurance benefits. Is there any discussion to that motion? Okay, seeing none, we'll call for a vote and ask all those in favor of approval to please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, that also is passed unanimously. Let's ask for an introduction of a similar resolution, 1508, Behavioral Health Strategies Agreement.
Thank you, sir. This resolution, again, is another portion of our health insurance benefit. This is for the mental health benefit portion of the provision that we make. And this is with Behavioral Health Strategies, and we recommend approval of that contract.
Okay. Any discussion or need for any more information or motion at this time?
Mayor, I'll move for approval of resolution 15-108.
Second?
Okay. We have a motion before the body to approve this agreement with Behavioral Health Strategies. Is there any discussion to that motion? Okay. All in favor then, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's also unanimously approved by this body. Let's move on to our resolutions, and all four of these have a common thread towards an exciting project in partnership with Hunt Electric. And Mr. Pyle, do you want to introduce the 15109, or however you want to introduce these? We'll take them.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And as you mentioned, the four resolutions that we have on the agenda at this point are interrelated, sort of chronologically need to take place one before the other. So that's the way they are arranged the way they are. Also wanted to recognize that we have some representatives of Hunt Electric out here in the audience with us tonight who are participating in this project, as well as Cody Dieter from Laura Lewis's firm. You know them for the financial advice that they provide us in this CPACE program. under which we and other municipal entities could be participating in encouraging energy efficiency projects under this structure that you're about to consider. So the first item, or the first resolution, is the execution of an acknowledgement and waiver agreement between the city itself and Hunt Electric, and this is a preparatory step to creating the actual entity under which the project can move forward. So this is the first step necessary to that process.
Okay, thank you. We'll take that one and also just acknowledge those that have come from their various entities and that, the partnership with that, and to educate and enlighten our city council last week and this week. And so thank you for joining us. And with that, we'll open it up for discussions or motions on the Resolution 15109.
Mayor, I move for approval of resolution number 15-109.
Second?
Okay. You have a motion to approve Resolution 15-109, the waiver consent agreement with West Valley and Hunt Electric. Is there any discussion to that motion? Seeing none, let's call for a vote and ask all those in favor of approval to please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? And seeing none, then that agreement is also approved unanimously, and ask Mr. Pyle to approve the next step, or to introduce the next step, which is Resolution 15110.
Yes, thank you, sir. So this resolution would designate a voluntary assessment area, and as the term signifies, there's a voluntary agreement between the city and the other party, in this case Hunt Electric, to create an area specifically that would then be assessed for revenues that will allow this bond issue. These assessment bonds to fund the project would then be issued and created here later in the process. This step here actually creates the area defining what will happen.
Okay, questions from the council? If not, a motion on this designating the assessment area be in order.
Mayor, move for approval of Resolution 15-110.
Second.
We have a motion before the body to approve that resolution, 15110. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll call for the vote and ask all those in favor to say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then that resolution is also approved unanimously. Mr. Pyle, let's talk about resolution or ordinance now, 15-22.
Thank you, sir. So this ordinance would levy or provide for the levying of an assessment within the voluntary assessment area that you just authorized. Again, this is necessary for the purpose of issuance of the assessment bonds that would fund the project.
Council, this ordinance is now before you.
Mayor Pro Tem, move for ordinance number 15-22.
Second.
Okay, we have the motion before the body to approve that resolution, that ordinance 15-22. Any discussion to that? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that also appears to, it also has passed unanimously. Resolution 15-111 now.
Okay, thank you, sir. And this resolution would authorize the actual issuance of the bonds to fund the project. And we're talking about, it's not a huge project, but it's an important project. My understanding is this is the first one under this program in the state. It's about $100,000 in terms of the amount of the bonds that we're talking about. And so we are pleased to recommend that to you for your approval.
Okay, Council, this resolution is now before you for questions or discussion or motion.
I move for approval, resolution 15-111.
Okay, Mr. Hune, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion before the body to approve resolution 15-111. Any discussion to that matter? Guess I will just, on behalf of the City Council, say how excited we are to get through the different steps of this and to have such an exciting renewable energy project within our city, and perhaps the first in the state. I'm always very proud when I go up to Westridge and see the wind turbines that spin at the different businesses up there. And now to be on the other end of our city, to have the solar project there will be a good example for the rest of the city, as well as to our residents of our resolve for good projects like this, as well as good partnerships with strong, reputable businesses that call our city home. So again for that. With that, seeing no further discussion, we'll call for a vote and ask all those in favor of approving resolution 15-111 and the bonds approval, please say aye.
Aye.
That's also unanimous, and look forward to seeing this taking place in the near future in our city. We do have need to continue with an executive session, and so we'll call for that motion, I guess at this time.
Motion to continue our executive session and a motion to adjourn the city council.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of convening our executive session and concluding this meeting, will you please say aye?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all for your attendance, and we will call this meeting adjourned.